Level 1. The Runner. It starts with a knock on a steel apartment door at 2:13 a.m. 3 knocks. Slow. You open it because you already know who it is. The hallway smells like cigarettes and cold concrete. A man you've seen around the neighborhood stands there, black coat, no smile. Everyone calls him Sergey, but you know that's probably not his real name. He doesn't greet you. He hands you a small gym bag. Take it to Nevsky Garage. No stops. That's it. Your life in the system begins with errands. You don't carry a gun. You don't know the real bosses. You don't ask questions. You run packages. Cash. Phones. Sometimes things wrap too carefully to be innocent. Your payment comes every Friday in an envelope. $2,000 the first week. More money than any legal job ever offered you. None of it touches your bank account. You learn the first rule quickly. Visibility is weakness. You memorize faces, not names. You park 2 blocks away from every destination. You never check the bag. One night, curiosity gets close. The zipper sits half open in the passenger seat. Inside, stacks of euros. Rubber banded, probably $500,000. You zip it closed immediately. That moment matters. Not because of the money, because you just proved something to yourself. You can ignore what's inside the bag. That's the quality they're really testing. Obedience. A month passes. You run errands, watch doors, deliver envelopes to men who never look you in the eyes. You start noticing the hierarchy. The runner like you answers to a brigadier. The brigadier answers to someone higher. Above them, invisible men pull the strings. You don't know their names yet, but you feel their gravity. Then one night, Sergey stops you before you leave. Tomorrow, he says. You sit in the car. You're not just delivering anymore. You're watching. Level 1 ends the moment you realize you're no longer just carrying the bag. You're protecting it. Level 2, the soldier. The warehouse smells like oil and metal. You sit in a black sedan outside the loading dock. Engine running. Glock in the glove compartment. Your first gun. Inside the warehouse, 2 men are negotiating with a debtor. 20 minutes later, the debtor walks out with a limp and a new repayment schedule. You start collecting money from small businesses, car dealerships, nightclubs, shipping yards, protection payments. Most owners already understand the arrangement. They slide envelopes across desks like it's a monthly utility bill. Others need persuasion. That's when you learn the second rule. Fear travels faster than violence. You break 1 kneecap in public and 10 other debts get paid on time. Your weekly earnings jump to $8,000, sometimes $12,000. You upgrade apartments, better clothes, a watch that costs more than your father's car. But the real currency isn't money. It's reputation. People start recognizing you. Waiters treat you differently. Bouncers open doors faster. One night, a rival crew tests you outside a nightclub. 3 men, 1 knife, no guns. It's deliberate. They want to see if you hesitate. You don't. The fight lasts 20 seconds and leaves blood on the pavement. Afterward, when your knuckles stop shaking, you notice something strange. You're not scared. You're calm. That realization marks the shift. Weeks later, Sergey calls you upstairs to a quiet office above a restaurant you've never noticed before. A man sits behind the desk. Gray suit, gray hair. He studies you for a long time. Then he says one sentence. You work for Victor now. You just moved up. Whether you wanted to or not. Level 3. The Brigadier. Your phone never stops vibrating. 4 crews report to you now. Collectors, drivers, enforcers, 32 men total. You control a territory that generates around $2.4 million a month. Auto imports, construction contracts, online gambling servers, money moves through shell companies, real estate, crypto wallets, cash couriers. You approve operations. Resolve disputes. The third rule becomes obvious quickly. Information is more valuable than violence. Violence attracts police. Information prevents it. You maintain relationships with lawyers, accountants, and a police captain who enjoys expensive watches. But leadership changes something inside you. You stop thinking about individual events. You start thinking about systems. One night, 2 of your soldiers steal $70,000 from a shipment. In level 2, you would have broken their legs. Now the decision is bigger. Punishment isn't about anger. It's about maintaining order. You handle it quietly. 1 disappears. The other survives, but everyone sees the hospital photos. After that, no one steals. Power is starting to feel procedural, cold, efficient. But you're still not at the top. You still answer to Victor. And Victor answers to someone you've never met. A name whispered occasionally during meetings. A title, really. Pecan, the boss of bosses. Then one winter night, Victor calls you to a private dacha outside the city. Snow falls silently across the driveway. Inside, a man sits at the head of a long wooden table. You finally meet him. And the entire room stands when he enters. Level 4. The Vor. The oath happens in silence. No cameras, no phones, just 5 men in a room. You swear loyalty not to a person but to the code. The old traditions, the criminal constitution that governs the Bratva. You are now a Vor v Zakone, a thief in law. It's less a promotion and more a transformation. You no longer run crews. You govern the ecosystem. Disputes between factions come to you. Major operations require your blessing. Millions move through businesses you technically don't own. Your annual influence touches somewhere around $200 million. Shipping ports, casinos, government tenders. Politicians shake your hand without acknowledging who you are. Power at this level feels invisible. You rarely threaten anyone. You just decide things, and they happen. But isolation begins creeping in. Friends disappear. Trust evaporates. Everyone around you wants something. Respect starts feeling like distance. One night you sit alone in a penthouse overlooking the river. 3 phones, 6 bodyguards, unlimited money, and total silence. The system that elevated you also removed you from normal life. You can't go backward. You can only move higher. Or disappear. Then, eventually, Victor dies. Natural causes. At least officially. And the room gathers again. Only this time, they look at you. Level 5, the Pecan. The chair feels heavier than it looks. Not physically. Historically. You now sit at the center of a network spanning 5 countries. You rarely leave secure locations anymore. Every meeting happens behind layers of security. Your words start wars. Your silence ends them. But ultimate power carries a strange reality. You don't control everything. You control balance. Too much greed fractures the system. Too much violence invites governments. But the higher you climb, the fewer people remain beside you. The bodyguards rotate. Associates grow cautious. Even allies speak carefully. Your world becomes smaller and larger at the same time. One winter night, you watch the city from a black SUV. Snow falling again. Same streets you ran packages through years ago. You notice a young guy outside a convenience store arguing with a man in a black coat. The coat hands him a gym bag. Simple job. Quick delivery. Easy money. The kid looks nervous, but excited. You recognize that look instantly. The SUV drives past. He never notices you. But you understand exactly what happens next. Because once, years ago, someone knocked on your door at 2:13 a.m. And somewhere tonight, a new runner is zipping open a gym bag in the passenger seat. He thinks it's just a job. He doesn't know it yet. But the system has already chosen him. And eventually, if he survives long enough, he might end up sitting in your chair,